Has the Manchester pusher struck again? But he was not the first to die after a night out there. Orlando was found in the same waterway as student Charlie Pope, also 19, who drowned there in March. In fact, Orlando and Charlie are among 86 people who have been recovered dead from Greater Manchester's canals since 2007. Most have been young men. Despite this, Greater Manchester Police continue to insist that the drownings are not due to foul play, even though many people believe that a serial killer, dubbed the Manchester Pusher, is preying on vulnerable drunks. Psychology professor at Birmingham City University Craig Jackson claimed in 2015 that he had been contacted by relatives of potential murder victims. It is extremely unlikely that such an alarming number of bodies found in the canals is the result of accidents or suicides, he said. However, although police have branded the pusher claims an urban myth, it is clear that the canals can be dangerous at night. In 2013, 4 men and a youth were jailed for a mugging spree around the Rochdale Canal. They pushed one victim, Simon Brass, 40, into the canal and left him to die. And gay men have traditionally used the towpaths as a place to have sex. Since the death of his son Charlie, Nick Pope has been campaigning for safer towpaths. Our heartfelt sympathy goes to this poor young man's family, he said this week. They told us nothing could be done because canal deaths are so rare, but here we have 2 within 3 months. Some temporary closures were made, but yesterday in the wake of Orlando's death they were made permanent when Manchester Water Safety Partnership announced that gates will seal off parts of the towpath that run through Clubland at 10 p.m. But will this be enough to stop further drownings on a canal network that has been embraced by bar owners keen to capitalize on an attractive waterside setting? A dangerous combination in the dark after too many drinks. The parents of 21-year-old David Plunkett, who died in the Manchester Ship Canal in 2012, have dismissed police claims that their son's death was an accident. His last phone call to them on the night he died was so upsetting it led him to contact police. Something had terrified him, said his father Michael. He was on the phone but our son could not speak to us. And that's not just because he was drunk. His mother added, there was screaming and howling. It was so unearthly. The mother of Nathan Tomlinson, 21, whose body was pulled from the river or well 2 months after he went missing following a Christmas party in 2010, also believes his death was no accident. Nathan texted his family to say he was drinking shandy, but when his body was recovered his coat, phone, passport and wallet were missing. I have always thought Nathan's death was suspicious, his mother Tina has said. Greater Manchester Police have emphasized that there are no grounds to believe a murderer is at work. There is no evidence to support the theory that a serial killer is at large, insists Detective Superintendent Pete Marsh. Most cases have definitive explanations. But his view has not changed the opinion of Santanu Pal, the father of Suvik, 18, who was found dead in the Bridgewater Canal on New Year's Eve, 2012. Suvik had been thrown out of a nightclub by door staff but was later pictured on CCTV with a mystery man. Mr. Pal told Channel 4's 2016 documentary Manchester's Serial Killer that his son could be the victim of a pusher. But a retired policeman interviewed on the program said he found no evidence for the same person being responsible for the 3 cases he reviewed. If a serial killer decided to cause their deaths by pushing them into the water, how could that person guarantee they would die? Said former Detective Chief Superintendent Tony Broccoli. Survivors would have come forward. However, in April a 34-year-old cyclist nearly drowned after getting knocked into a canal one Thursday night at 10 p.m. As he broke the surface, the attacker kicked him back in before fleeing. He was a complete psychopath, he said. Even when I went in he tried to stop me getting back out. He kicked my hands away, which made me slip under the water again. I could easily have drowned. But Broccoli remains skeptical. He says, unless the police can prove there isn't a serial killer every time a body is found or turns up, the rumors and speculation will continue.